just wanted to check in here with everyone and see how everyone's doing. I miss my community here. I haven't been posting in a while. I did get my moon filter for my telescope, but I kind of post a little bit about my music, astrophotography, and anything that I'm interested in really on this channel. So I have a lot of interests, but this video is about microdosing, and I know that it's been quite popular the last, over the pandemic and prior. But yes, I have never actually tried it, and so I wanted to just give a little recap after my first week of microdosing, and I will put the link below to where I, was able to get the sacrament, they call it. But anyway, yeah. So welcome back to my channel. My name's Angelo, and I post about creative endeavors and anything that really interests me, as I said. And I'm interested in everything, creativity, anything creative and nature-based, and health food too. I'm interested in health and wellness, living a healthy life. So yeah, but yes, so I found this place online called CeeLo Vibe Church. I think it was advertised to me through Facebook, somewhere, Marketplace on Facebook or somewhere, and I was like, what's this? And so it's a Colorado-based organization. They call themselves a church because they can legally give their members sacraments with donations from the members. So that's how they work it, and then they can ship them to anywhere that it's legal, been decriminalized, or I don't know if they really care about that. I think they ship anywhere, but here in Washington, that's the case for me. So, but yes, so yeah, and actually they were really awesome. I mentioned to them that I didn't have 35. I emailed them and said, is there anything, any lesser option, like cheaper options, because I said I was a little broke. And they said, how about we just give you our 2-day our 2-week sacrament rather, for free. And I said, oh, I could donate like $15 today. I just was hoping to get something in the $15 range, and they didn't have anything. And they said, no, that's on us for free, $35 value. So I was really impressed, and then they didn't want me to donate anything yet. So I waited. I'm going to donate when I get paid though. But yeah, since they said not to, I was like, okay. So I went ahead and starting on Monday when it arrived, I think I did try it that evening, or it might have been Tuesday. But I tried it one of those evenings, and I only did it 2 days in a row. The first day I felt definitely wow, this is kind of familiar, because I've had mushrooms in the past for both recreational and for spiritual therapeutic journeys, and I've had some bad ones, I've had some good ones, and my last 3 or 4 have been really beautiful, great ones on my own, where I just did it in my own space and very quiet, healing place where I could be in control. I was already in a great place in my life, so it just enriched and enhanced that. But they were larger doses, probably like 3 to 4 grams. I've never probably done more than 6 grams or 4.5. And even for me, that was quite a bit, a heroic dose. But that's about the most I've ever had. And the last dose for me, what probably did was perfect for me, was like a 2.5. Just 2 grams, like not a lot, just enough to have a mystical experience that you can integrate. Because sometimes if you have something that's a little too intense, you can't always integrate it back in, so, to your life. And you have so much ego death that you're just like, yeah, I couldn't even remember my social security number the last time I did it, such a strong one for, even the low dose, I had a hard time remembering it for sure, like for a week or something. I was like, I know it, but I just, it's just a little too far. I mean, it's beautiful, but yeah. So anyway, with the microdose, so I basically tried, I think a half. of a capsule, which is 100 milligrams, and that was good. That was enough to make me feel like, wow, this is kind of like starting to trip. But then it didn't continue, so that was good. I did get a little bit of anxiety, probably because I was gonna have a little bit of coffee. Like doing my normal morning after I eat lunch, I have my coffee, and that's when I start getting stuff done. If I don't wake up real early, so sometimes I'll usually wake up around 11 or noon, just the schedule I'm in right now, working from home as a life coach. And so haven't been getting any early bookings. And so I've been kind of up late these days. So anyway, I started it around 1 or 2, waited about an hour after eating. I took a multivitamin that has a mixture of mushrooms in there, like reishi, shiitake, lion's mane, and maitake, and a couple others. And it has all my multivitamins. All my vitamins are in there, so it's kind of a nice pairing, similar to the Stamen Stack. With I don't know if it has the niacin, but anyway. So then, I noticed that I felt really different because I had been feeling a lot of burnout prior. I've been having a lot of nausea and dizziness the last 2 years. I had did something funky with my rib doing a yoga stretch, and my rib popped out a little bit, and I'm not sure how. And my doctor told me to get a scan. They couldn't see anything wrong with it, but it was just an X-ray, so it wasn't broken, but it's still bulging out. Ever since then, I was getting dizzy. I had to quit my security job on the side that I was doing for fun, and I was working all these concerts. I loved it, but yeah, I got dizzy, and so then I ended up fainting before I popped my rib out. Actually, I had fallen from just dehydration and overexertion, getting up in the middle of the night. So anyway, I had fainted twice. I fainted again like a year later, hitting my head each time, and maybe that's when I hurt my rib the first time. So it's been a long journey. I've been recovering from a hernia operation, inguinal hernia on my stomach, on my lower abdominal, for the past 3 years that didn't go so well. So I've been in pain. My doctor said you weren't exercising enough, so I overdid it, and then that was the day that I fainted 2 years ago. And then 7 months ago I fainted at Christmas, right before Christmas, at a hotel on vacation in the middle of the night. I just woke up and fainted and hit my head. Fainted 2 times in a row trying to get to the bathroom. So I've had a really rough 2 years. And I just went through physical therapy. I went through talk therapy the last 7 months, and that was wonderful. I just finished talk therapy. I finished physical therapy a few months back in spring, and I still am having vertigo and nausea and dizziness. I was rear-ended too a year and a half ago, which caused me to have ringing in my ears. So I've been having a lot of debilitating things like ringing in the ears, nausea, vertigo. We went to San Francisco and I couldn't even enjoy our trip, and so I'm trying to kind of recalibrate my life. I thought maybe the microdosing might help, and so I went ahead and tried that on Monday, and then I did it again on Tuesday, 2 days in a row, but I did only 0.25 milligrams because I just wanted something a little less, and I felt amazing actually on just 0.25. Wasn't too intense, and it felt like the perfect dose. And so, but I guess back to my point, I was getting really burnt out. I was having a hard time with life, and so after the first dose and the second dose, I felt like on those 2 days, like magically, I was just like, wow, I'm all of a sudden not so annoyed by things, and just little things like I love our cat, but sometimes you just kind of get burnt out from our cat's an indoor-outdoor cat. We don't have a cat door, so we're constantly just opening the door, shutting the door for her, and I love her, but you get burnt out a little bit because I've been home too much too, not going and doing anything. So anyway, I'm just always here with the cat, and I was getting a little bit just burnt out. But then after the first day, I was like, oh, I love my cat, and I love life again, and everything was just like great. And it's almost like taking a little half a Xanax or something, but better than that, because you're not tired, you're not doped up, you feel more connected and more integrated, and like everything's fine. Um, so, so yeah, that's nice. And then, so the second day was great as well. And then there's the afterglow that they talk about, where the day after, even before you dose, you feel better than you did as if you hadn't had the day prior. So I decided, since I had a meeting coming up with a new job on Thursday, to take a break the day before and on that day. And then I started back up on Friday, even though they recommend to do 4 days on, 3 days off. So I went ahead and did the dose yesterday evening. I waited a little bit later till like 5 o'clock, did it then, and that was nice. Just a 0.25, and then today I did another 0.25, just actually about an hour and a half ago or less, and so I'm feeling, maybe that's why I'm a little bit spacey right now, and I can't make eye contact for some reason, but yes, well, I'm trying to think about, where I'm going with this, but yeah, basically I just wanted to give an update that this has been my first whole week now, and I finished one whole capsule, so that's one whole capsule. But technically I'm starting a 4-day now, so I know that might seem weird, but I did 2 days, took a 2-day break. Now I'm going on for 4 days, even though I should have taken one more day off. Just because we're gonna go to the beach, and if I just start this new schedule up of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that'll be perfect for me, because I don't have sessions after Friday evening. I can start that if I don't want to be microdosing during my sessions with my clients. I will be, obviously, sometimes, but I won't really if I do it this way, because Friday nights I can take it in the evening, way before bed, like at 3, 4, and then 5, and then I can do Saturday, Sunday, Monday, any times I want, really, but I'm going to keep it the same schedule in between 2 and 5 p.m. every day. And then, so that'll be great. And I have Mondays off from coaching, for the most part, with the 2 companies I work for. So I have myself available Tuesdays through Fridays. So right now that'll be working perfectly. And I'm hoping that on my work days, not microdosing actually works fine for me. And if it doesn't, I can always kind of switch up that schedule a little bit and start my microdosing like on Wednesdays, and let it end, say, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I would be done on Saturday. So yeah, we'll just see how I do with the 4 days on and 3 days off. And there's no strict rules to it. You can always do 1 day and then take a 3-day break, and then 1 day. That's what some people do. But my psilocybin Psilo Church, who actually has a great Facebook community of 10,000 members, you should check out. I'll put a link to the description. They recommend the 3 days on, 4 days off, or 4 days on, 3 days off. So, and they even recommend doing what I did, the 0.25, and then working your way up to 50. So next week, after I take my 3-day break, next Friday, I might start back up with just doing 0.5, maybe. We'll see. But I like the 0.25, because that way one pill will last a whole week, so that way my 14 pills will actually last me for over 2 months, so that would be amazing, because it would last for a long time. So so we'll just see, unless I decide to someday just take 5 just to take a little extra one day after taking my 3 days off, and just have a little trip, but not a trip, but like a spiritual experience. That might be how I finish the last 3 or 4 up, when I feel like it's a good day to do that. If I feel that that's necessary. I do think that it's nice having this subtle integration, but it's not quite giving me some of the same things that I hoped for. But I did have a great insight, where I felt like I realized I was wrapped in barbed wire, so to speak, of my own doing, and I've let other people kind of um, reinforce it due to my own fear that I can't do things. So people have kind of pampered me because of my own fears that I'm dizzy and stuff. So I was crying last night listening to someone else's heavier trip experience and realized that I've been imprisoning myself, and I need to cut these barbed wires off myself that I've wrapped around myself. And it was a really beautiful insight that I had, and I wasn't even really, I mean, it was hours after microdosing, so it was really interesting that I had that experience like 8 hours later. But I mean, I know that these work like that for a long time, and I hold it under my tongue. I forgot to mention, for like just a little bit of powder, just with a little water, and swish it around and hold it under my tongue, and put it all around my mouth and hold it there for as long as I can, like a minute or two. I'm probably impatient. That's not very long. You could probably hold it longer, 3 minutes, and then swallow it, and then it starts working pretty fast that way. It's almost like taking like a sublingual B vitamin, but when you do sublingual absorption under your tongue, it goes right into the bloodstream. So yeah, so I'm feeling like a lot more uplifted and positive and optimistic and less burnt out. I've actually been feeling a little less dizzy too, so that's good. So I'm thinking that I might even be able to go to like the fair this year on a not so hot day in the evening, when it's, I don't know, I feel more comfortable doing things at night for some reason. So yeah, so we'll see if the microdosing helps me get out of the house more and doing more, because it's been pretty sad, feeling like scared to do things. And my doctor wanted me to try SSRIs, but I've done those in the past, and I don't really like the way I feel on them, and I didn't feel that it really got rid of my panic attacks. They just made them a little less frequent. But I've already found my own ways of self-acceptance and forgiveness and self-love therapy to handle my anxiety, so I don't feel like it's just anxiety. I had some health factors that were causing me to feel worried, and I did fall and hit my head. So I had kind of reasons to feel dizzy and reasons to be worried to do things, but I do agree that my anxiety does amplify, and so it's like this perpetual cycle of vicious cycle of being afraid to do things, and your anxiety amplifies because of your health problems, and then you're having anxiety about anxiety, essentially. And I've already had this problem my whole life because I've had panic attacks my whole life. So yeah, I'm hoping that maybe the microdosing of this can really maybe rewire my brain for a longer period of time. Whenever I've done a heavier dose, I've always felt like it helped me for many years afterwards, but I'd still have panic attacks and anxiety, but I had a new perspective on them, and I still do. It's been a lasting one, although sometimes, like when you get dizzy, it's hard to really push yourself to go do things, and so that's been the main thing. I've never had dizziness, crippling dizziness with panic before, so I think it's partially the pandemic, and I was out there doing all the security work at the end of the pandemic after my surgery, and I was proud of myself, and then just started getting too dizzy to even be out in public, and it was really weird. I couldn't even be at Costco one day waiting for my vaccine, just had to leave. So I'm hoping that I can get back out into the world again, and I'll keep you guys posted on my weekly journey, or every month at least if I don't do it weekly, just so you guys can kind of keep up to date with this journey and my healing microdosing journey. All right, thank you so much for being here. Blessings.